the first time that we met. Yeah,
I grabbed his hand and I was like,
yeah, and
Really?
he put it, and yeah, and that was the communication from that point on.
Il mio creatore vi ha raccontato la sua storia. Allora io vi racconterò la mia.
First of all, this movie has many themes, but one that really resounds in me a lot is rebellion and the importance of disobedience. Frankenstein says in the university we should teach students how to fight rather than obey.
Yeah.
The creatures, of course, rebels his maker. So how important is rebellion to you, especially nowadays?
important. I mean, it's the same thing on Pinocchio. Rebellion is an act of thought and choice. Yeah, I like it. That's what makes you human.
Yeah, defiance. It's like fire though too, right? Because it's important and it can create life, but it's interesting when someone kind of becomes hooked on defiance.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that addicts do a lot as well. Like to defy, to constantly feel like they're needing to defy and prove something as well, right? Which is the other side of the coin. So, but it is interesting that it is threaded throughout the whole movie. It's really smart.
Mm-hmm. And the creature really wants to tell his story, his point of view. He says, my maker told this tale, now I'll tell mine. But to be able to do, he has to find his voice first. Finding our own voice is so difficult. So in your opinion, how can we do that?
Oh, it's a great question. I feel like I'm still finding mine personally. I think everybody as a child, you want to tell your story. You want to grow up and say, well, okay, that's how you see it, but this is how I see it. Mm-hmm. This is how I experience it. So I think it's just, self-reflection and looking inside and thinking and being an active member of the human race. That's how you do it, I suppose. But I'm not even there yet myself. I'm not quite sure. I'm singing my own song,
It's only Monday.
Yeah.
And I really love this.
Yeah.
To me, all the movie, all Mary Shelley's story is in that gesture.
Yeah.
The loneliness, the
That's why we interacted.
That comes straight from Guillermo. The first time that we met. Yeah.
I grabbed his hand and I was like,
yeah, and
Really?
he put it, and that was the communication from that point on between Adam and the creator, and between, that was all that needed to happen. It said everything, that gesture.
Heavy petting.
Well, there was the three words he learns is Victor, Elizabeth, and friend. And those are the first three words. So this is very touching because that's friend for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Since I watched the movie in Venice, I found myself doing it many times. So
I'm glad.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was on the subway in New York, and there was a very much elderly gentleman sitting there, and at a certain point, he just kept going.
Yeah.
Slapping his leg over and over and just rubbing him. It was like, I realized it was such a gesture of kind of loneliness and just
Self-comforting.
Self-comforting, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And speaking about loneliness, it's another huge theme in the movie.
Yeah.
Do you believe that maybe the secret to happiness is being monsters together?
That is one. The other one is knowing that you're alone and that you were born alone, you're going to go alone, and it's okay. That is harder to value.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm good with it.
Yeah. No,
Not maybe.
that's sort of the ending. Is I'm alone, I'm alive, and it's fine that I'm alone and I'm alive. They come together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And another important theme is rage.
Yeah.
and letting go, of course. But rage is really a fuel in this for these two characters.
Yeah.
Do you believe that rage is important? It could be an asset, or is only a negative emotion? What do you think?
No.
I fully believe in the value of rage. I think it's passion and it's truth.
Yeah. I don't think any emotion is useless, except maybe guilt.
But even there,
even that is
some hope that you
necessary
won't do it again, or
sometimes.
But
A blind hope.
They're in the catalog. They're in the catalog, so people order them. You know,
Yeah.
I need guilt.
Yeah.
please, guilt, please. No, but of course, yeah. I mean, rage for sure. I mean, Victor and the creature can be incredibly full of rage, but it can be a signal. You know, it can be a signal to understand something deeper.
I think it's actually structural. You know, if you don't rage against the things that are wrong, then what is your life? You know, so I think it's a very structural thing.
And Victor asks a question to himself, basically, because he's making the creature. He says, in which part resides the soul?
Yeah.
To
William
all of
asks
you,
him.
did you find an answer? In which part resides the soul, in your opinion?
My bet is the pancreas.
The gallbladder.
But actually, William says, "Why didn't you ask that?"
Why didn't you ask it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's in all of the parts. You know, it's not just the one part. I believe there's a cellular intelligence. You know, so I think that's. But Victor never asks the question. 'Cause I don't
It's
think it's-
William.
yeah.
I'm not even going to begin to try and define the soul.
You're discovering
the
yourself.
soul or its place. I'm going to just.
It's behind the pituitary gland.
And how important is to really embrace a different point of view? Because you did it so beautiful in this movie.
Yeah. Well,
We need it.
that was the most challenging part and the most important part in many ways of this version. You have a huge construction that is done differently than before, but tonally is so vehement about this is my story and I'm right. And then what is very thrilling is another voice comes in and says, no, there's another side to this story, and that is very thrilling, and that is very necessary, and it had not been done that way in any other adaptation of the novel, and I think is urgent right now to understand that to your truth there is another truth that you are not listening to.
Thank you so much. You made me cry so badly.
Oh, that's
This
good.
is my favorite director, my favorite book, so
Oh,
thank you so
thank
much.
you. That's it, Andrew.